This video is the #1 way to get revenge. Last week, I talked a little bit about activating faith that will literally heal. So today, I just really want to talk about what it would look like to really be healed. I started off by saying this is the #1 way to get revenge. This is really, really going to empower you if you will allow it to just penetrate your soul. The #1 way to get revenge is to be so healed that you don't even need revenge. I think about all of these different sayings that you hear, like the #1 way to get revenge is to just be so successful that they just, I don't really know. I don't listen to that kind of stuff. I'm just amazed at how many haters people have. I just feel like I don't have haters. If I have haters, like I'm so oblivious to them that they don't even register. And that's not even shade. That legitimately is like, I feel like I don't have no haters. In the words of my uncle Jay-Z, I'm in the air. I don't hear niggas corny rap. Sorry that I had to quote Jay-Z, and I'm about to full blown give some scripture in a minute, but legit, there may be people that be at the house every day like, I'm gonna bring her down. Just not a thing to me. I don't know it. I don't hear it. I don't experience it because I just live my life so focused on what it is that I'm doing that I really don't see anybody else and what they may feel that's negative about me. There are videos that I've done that have been very, very controversial and I just don't read the comment section. Blah, getting to revenge. It used to be a part of my thought process when my last relationship ended. And I talk about this relationship all the time, not because it's still just holding me hostage, but because it's really an incredible testimony. Like, I thought I was gonna die. I didn't die. The radical healing that God has used in my life, that situation, if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be where I am and who I am today. And I'm just very grateful for that. And I'll actually help you understand how much it's not holding me in bondage by the end of this very brief talk. When that relationship ended, 25 minutes later, the young man that I was in the relationship with, he was in a full-blown relationship with somebody else. When I say 25 minutes, I literally mean like 25 minutes later because we broke up on March 1st. And according to Facebook, they started their relationship in April. Wait, you just got out of a 3-year relationship. How are you in another relationship in April, honey? We just broke up in March. Very, very quickly, he was in another relationship. But is he started dating somebody from our church. That happened. And that was devastating for me. Every single week, I wanted our pastor to stand up in the pulpit and preach sermons just about him. I wanted to scream across the church, he talking about you! Or I wanted our pastor to legitimately be like, this is for you, because you know you did that girl wrong. But my pastor never did that. I don't know why he didn't do that, but he didn't ever do that. For a very long time, I didn't feel safe there. I felt like, you know, no one was protecting me. No one was protecting my heart. This man was in this full-blown public relationship, and now he's in another relationship with somebody else, and they legit, like, sit in our same seats. Like, is that okay? I didn't think that that was cool for a very long time. I think that that is evident to parties involved that I didn't think that was cool for a very long time. Fast forward, all this time has passed and I have been so radically healed that I remember when I found out that they were engaged to be married, it was like, it was just some information that I was given. It was like, you know, they got that Brazilian yaki on sale down to the corner store. And I was just like, okay, that's good to know. It didn't move me. I wasn't emotionally like moved by that information. And that's when I knew that God had really, really radically healed my heart. And so I said something about it publicly, just talking about the healing. My friends, however, aren't playing those games on this train. They own this train. They about to do their thing. When it comes to that situation, they're not having it. They're not here for it. They're not playing. My friend said, you wish them well. I wish them herpes. I did not think that was cool. It is funny. I am going to chuckle here. But it's not cool because I legitimately don't want that energy whatsoever, like, to be coming from my general area. I don't feel that way. I honestly feel like I wish these people well. I legitimately, in my heart, and this is not me trying to convince anybody because there's a point to me telling this story. I legitimately, in my heart, feel like, okay, that's wonderful. I really hope they make it. I really hope that they do well. And that person, the man that I was in a relationship with, he was never my enemy. At some point, I may have become his enemy when he decided that he didn't want to be in our relationship any longer, but he was never my enemy. I've never, ever, never to this day treated him poorly, cussed him out, drug his name through the mud. Never to this day. I legitimately want him to be well. And if this young lady, she been riding with him for 6 years. That's not even a song, but it just felt like I needed to sing that part. She been riding with him for some time now. I really hope that they're well. That to say, I remember that time that I was sharing earlier where I wish that my pastor would stand up and say, this isn't cool. I wanted them to be called out. I wanted him to publicly stand up in front of the church and be like, Ebony, there were many ways for me to do it, but I chose the one way that I shouldn't have done it. Now I feel so healed that I don't even need that. I don't need revenge. I don't need to be doing better than them. I don't need to hear bad things about them. I don't need any of that. But when you're hurt, you know, you feel like, oh, I need revenge. I'm gonna show them. Or me and my ex-boyfriend, actually the boyfriend before that one, still remained friends for a while, even after, like, we shouldn't have been friends. But we were friends when me and my ex, the one I'm telling the story about, when we broke up, he called me telling him about the situation or whatever. And he was like, you want me to go down to that church with you? And like that, like we had a little plan for like 25 seconds to just show up at the church and just be so fine together. Honey, I don't care about you with your new boo. Look at me. This is what I don't even know why I'm so extra. I think it's because I downloaded the hip hop emoji app today. And so I'm just doing way too much. Point of all this was to say the number one way to get revenge is to legitimately just be so healed that you don't even need revenge anymore. And the idea then is that you're so healed that you really genuinely have compassion and grace and love in your heart for whoever the person was that you feel like hurt you or, you know, did you dirty or whatever the situation was. And so there's no ought in my heart whatsoever. And I feel like that is, if there was any kind of revenge, which is not revenge because vengeance is mine, said the Lord, if there was any kind of revenge that was necessary, I'm fulfilled. You know, God has been far more gracious and kind to me than I deserve. So I want these people to be well. I offer that to you as well today, to be so well, to let God go through the process of time. I said something about process of time in the last video. So apparently that's a theme that God is just giving me to share with you. Go through the process of time and let God heal you to the point that you don't even need. You want to put your hands in how it should happen. And you don't need to do that. God literally is perfect and strategic and designed. Stay on my comment section talking about these folk, because I know my friends don't have 0 cents. My friends have negative 27.5 cents, which isn't even a thing. Be ye healed. Romans 8:28. All things work together for the good for those who love God, those who are the called according to his purpose. So all of it worked together for my good. Honey, when this man broke up with me, I was so devastated that I started walking. I was walking every day and I walked 80 pounds off. That's an elementary school sized child. I lost an elementary school sized child. Radical healing in my body. I'm cute to death, hunty. That ain't to say like, oh, you know, look at me now, even though, I mean, really though, that was good for me. God was so strategic. And I feel that so strongly that if I could go back to March 1st, 2011 and have that conversation, whatever the conversation was that we had when the end of our relationship happened, I would go through it all over again. Like, if that was the only way for me to get to here, right here with you. See, God got me here. God had that man break up with me and do me dirty like that, so I could be right here with you. You could be anywhere in the world. I was listening to Alicia Keys earlier from when she was a really, really great singer. And she has this song with John Mayer called Lesson Learned. I talk often to young women, but to men, whoever's watching this video, but to young women. There's a young woman that's watching this video right now, and you're so hurt by something that happened to you, and you really just need somebody to tell you that yes, you were burned, but eventually there will come a day when you'll call it a lesson learned. And it will be good for you. Like, you'll be like, I'm glad that it happened just like that, because it was good for me that I went through these various trials. I'm preaching better than you're saying amen.